When was the last time something truly excited you? Excited you so much that you couldn't wait to share it with others? Maybe it was the hearty laugh of a lifelong friend, the surprise bloom of a forgotten garden, or mastering something new at 70. Great ideas can do that too. They flick on the light and reveal opportunities that have quietly waited for us all along. This is Senior Wisdom, a celebration of possibility at every age. In each episode, we'll meet remarkable people proving life's second half can be its richest chapter. Let's begin.
Purpose is a big word, but it doesn't need a big stage. It can appear in quiet moments, like the click of knitting needles, the rustle of garden leaves, or the hush of a child listening to a story. Purpose is the sense that what we do, however small, matters beyond ourselves. It is the thread that ties today to tomorrow. When purpose wanes, days stretch like unmarked pages. Time feels heavy and energy hides. Yet when purpose calls, fatigue retreats. The same body that once ached now quickens its pace. That change is not magic. It is biology. Scientists tell us that having a goal larger than the self triggers dopamine, the brain's natural motivator, and oxytocin, the hormone of connection. Purpose literally rewires us for vitality. Let me introduce you to Evelyn, age 76. For 4 decades, she taught literature to restless teenagers and loved every dog-eared book report. Retirement felt like freedom at first, but within a year she missed the daily challenge of sparking minds. One morning she saw a flyer, "Volunteers Needed, Community Literacy Circle." Evelyn arrived, nervous, expecting to serve coffee. Instead, the organizer handed her a battered novel and asked her to lead discussion. That evening, Evelyn walked home lighter than she had in months. She had found a classroom without walls. Purpose often hides in plain sight, disguised as a skill we take for granted. Carlos, a retired mechanic, believed his know-how died with carburetors. Modern engines and electric cars felt alien. But his granddaughter's science project needed a motorized model, and soon Carlos found himself explaining torque and gears at her school. The teacher begged him to return. Now every Friday the classroom rings with whirring contraptions and delighted laughter. Carlos's hands still smell of oil, and his grin shines like chrome. Perhaps you fear you have no special talent. Consider Ruth, 81. Whose arthritis limits her grip. She cannot thread a needle or hold a paintbrush steady, but she can listen. At a hospice center, she sits beside patients, offering presence when words fail. Families call her a blessing. Ruth simply calls it being there. Purpose does not always require doing. Sometimes it is the quiet art of being. How do we rediscover purpose? Let us walk through 3 gentle steps. Reflect, experiment, commit. Step 1, reflect. Find a calm corner, a mug of something warm, and a sheet of paper. At the top write, "Times I felt most alive." Close your eyes and drift through decades. Note moments that quicken your pulse. Coaching a youth team, baking for neighbors, solving a puzzle. Do not judge or rank. Just capture. These memories are clues left by purpose. Step 2, experiment. Purpose is discovered in motion, not in armchairs. Choose one memory from your list and design a tiny test. If mentoring lit you up, email the local school to ask about reading buddies. If music moved you, attend an open mic night and clap with abandon. The experiment need only last an hour, but it must place you in contact with real people or tangible results. Step 3, commit. When an experiment sparks joy, schedule it again. Put it on a calendar, tell a friend, or set a reminder. Commitment turns pleasant coincidence into dependable fuel. Neuroscience shows that regular purposeful activity strengthens neural pathways like a footpath becoming a road. Over time, it forms an identity. I am a tutor. I am a gardener. I am a storyteller. You might ask, what if health limits my options? Purpose adapts. Harriet, legally blind, records audio descriptions of museum pieces so visually impaired visitors can share the experience. Max, who uses a wheelchair, hosts an online chess club reaching players on 4 continents. Technology extends reach. Imagination erases walls. Purpose also grows when shared. In a small seaside town, a group called the Fixers meets every second Saturday. They bring broken toasters, jammed radios, loose chair legs. Members range from 60 to 92. They teach one another, swap parts, and send each item home working. Landfills shrink, friendships bloom. Purpose multiplied is purpose magnified. Now let's pause for a practical exercise. Wherever you are, straighten gently, inhale, and let your exhale settle like a feather. Picture 3 overlapping circles. In one, write what I love. In the second, what I'm good at. In the third, what the world needs. The intersection glows. That glow is your experiment zone. Maybe you love conversation, you're good at patience, and the world needs companionship. That intersection might be phone bank support for isolated seniors. Draw your circles later. For now, hold the image. Dan Buettner, who studies longevity in blue zones, notes that older adults with clear purpose live on average 7 years longer. Purpose is not just philosophical, it is physiological. Blood pressure lowers, inflammation markers drop, sleep deepens. Evolution rewarded tribes whose elders contributed wisdom. Our bodies still carry that design. Some seasons cloud purpose, grief, illness, relocation. These can strip roles we cherished. When that happens, let the question be tiny. Who can I help in the next 10 minutes? Purpose often begins with acts so small they seem invisible. A text of encouragement, a recipe emailed, a prayer whispered. The ripple effect travels beyond sight. Listen now to Malik, 69, once an architect, then suddenly a widower. His house felt cavernous. One dawn he noticed school children waiting for the bus in rain. Malik grabbed his late wife's big umbrella, walked outside, and held it over the youngest. The next day he brought 2 umbrellas, then 3. Neighbors donated spares. Years later, on wet mornings, a rainbow of sheltered kids surrounds Malik. He says, I started because I couldn't bear my own silence. Purpose sometimes grows from pain transformed into service. Let us address doubt. You might think, I'm too old. No one needs me. I wouldn't know where to start. These are thoughts, not truths. Neuroplasticity continues while we breathe. Humans remain capable of learning until the final chapter. As for need, there has never been greater need for patience, stories, craftsmanship, perspective. And where to start? Begin with curiosity and kindness. They seldom mislead. Purpose partners with balance. Guard against overcommitment. Evelyn schedules her literacy circle but protects Monday and Friday for rest and reading. Like muscles, purpose grows with exertion and recovery. Exhaustion helps no one. Listen to your body, attend medical appointments, keep hydration, movement, and laughter near. Money can entwine with purpose, but it is not prerequisite. Some seniors launch micro-enterprises, baking, consulting, crafting. If income aids dignity or charity, wonderful. Yet volunteerism carries equal worth. Value derives from impact, not invoices. Families often brim with unrecognized purpose opportunities. Teaching grandchildren to sew a button, documenting ancestry stories, digitizing photo albums. These preserve legacy. Create a wisdom box. Fill it with letters, favorite poems, practical tips, and a recording of your voice recounting formative memories. Future generations will unwrap it like treasure. Consider also environmental stewardship. Community gardens crave experienced hands. Trail associations need gentle walkers to report fallen branches. Recycling drives welcome organizers. Purpose that heals the planet nourishes the heart. Technology again opens doors. Virtual reality allows homebound seniors to lead museum tours. Language apps let polyglot elders tutor students across oceans. Webinars need hosts with calm voices to moderate Q&As. If tech daunts you, return to experiment. Take a library class, watch a tutorial, ask a teenager. Each skill learnt is another tool for purpose. Let's craft a purpose plan. Grab that notebook, write today's date. Underneath, 3 headings: reflect, experiment, commit. Beneath reflect, list one memory that excited you. Under experiment, note one 30-minute action you will try this week linked to that memory. Under commit, leave a blank space you will fill only after completing the experiment. This keeps accountability. Show the plan to someone you trust. Shared promises tend to hold. Celebrate discoveries. After your experiment, jot sensations. Were you energized? Did time fly? Did gratitude rise? Purpose feels like alignment. Thought, action, and heart pointing the same direction. If the experiment fizzles, cross it off and choose another. Purpose hunting is iterative, not pass-fail. Friendship often blossoms around shared purpose. The fixers became mates because they aimed at the same problem. Evelyn's circle gathers not merely to read, but to uplift. Seek groups with overlapping aims, and you will likely find companions. Faith traditions also house purpose. Choirs, visitation teams, charity kitchens, study groups, communities centuries old, ready to welcome modern elders. If faith is part of your story, consider re-entering through service. Let us not forget fun. Purpose need not be solemn. Doris, 74, dresses as a clown in pediatric wards. Her red nose makes shy toddlers smile wide enough for vital examinations. She says, "My purpose is laughs per minute." Serious outcomes, reduced anxiety, faster healing, follow her playful mission. A word about setbacks. Purpose journeys meander. Surgery may pause gardening. Pandemic may interrupt group meetings. Funding may dry up. View obstacles as detours, not endings. Gardeners read seed catalogs while snow falls. Musicians practice scales when stages close. Purpose adapts seasons. At this point, you may feel a fluttering in your chest, a mix of excitement and fear. That is the signpost. Lean in. Purpose sits just beyond comfort. Take one step. Another tool is the weekly reflection. Every Sunday evening, glance back and ask 3 questions. What gave me energy? What drained me? Where did I help someone else move forward? Write brief answers. Over weeks, patterns arise. Energy sources point toward purpose. Drains suggest tasks to delegate or decline. Feedback deepens purpose. After Evelyn's second literacy session, she invited her learners to jot anonymous notes. Many wrote, "I felt heard." One added, "I read aloud to my granddaughter tonight." Reading those lines, Evelyn felt a surge of meaning stronger than any paycheck. Constructive feedback is a mirror. Seek it with humility and courage. Sometimes purpose calls for teaming up. In Chicago, Silver Coders pairs retired engineers with college students building affordable prosthetic limbs on 3D printers. The seniors' decades of design wisdom combine with students' software skills. Together, they reduce costs by 90%, gifting mobility across the globe. Such cross-generational alliances prove that purpose multiplies when ages mix. Purpose can also manifest in advocacy. 72-year-old Annika lost a brother to air pollution-related illness. Rather than dwell in grief alone, she joined a clean air coalition, spoke at town halls, and helped lobby for stricter emission standards. 2 years later, new legislation passed. Annika says, "I cannot change the past, but I can honor it." Advocacy transforms personal pain into communal progress. If public speaking terrifies you, remember, purpose often hides behind fear. Practice with a mirror, then a friend, then a small group. Confidence is a muscle strengthened by use. Keep symbols of purpose nearby, a photo of students you tutor, a glove stained with garden soil, a thank you card from the shelter. On difficult days, these tokens rekindle motivation faster than willpower alone. Finally, share your journey. Whether through social media, handwritten letters, or conversations at the bus stop, telling your story familiarizes ears to the idea that age and purpose are allies, not enemies. You may become the spark for someone else's rediscovery. Before we close, imagine looking back a year from today. You flip through that notebook. Pages recount experiments blossoming into commitments, friendships forged, skills shared. You feel taller inside. That future begins with the decision you make in the next heartbeat. Breathe with me. In for 4, hold out for 6. Whisper inside, I am worthy of purpose, and the world is ready for my gift. Again, inhale, hold, exhale. Let the words settle like seeds into soil. Thank you for listening, and thank you in advance for the ripples you will make. Next episode, we'll journey into digital confidence, proof that curiosity has no expiry date. Until then, may each sunrise remind you there is still work only you can do, and it is beautiful.